The Lord be with you.
With your spirit.
We gather here to worship God.
We gather to remember
how Jesus suffered and died for us, and to thank God for his love and his mercy.
Who has believed our message, and to whom has the arm of the Lord been revealed?
He grew up before God like a tender shoot, and like a root out of dry ground.
He had no beauty, no majesty to attract us to him. Nothing in his appearance that we should desire him. He was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows, and familiar with suffering.
Like one from men to men, eyed and faces, he was despised, and we esteemed him not.
Let us pray.
Merciful God, as we remember how your Son Jesus bore our sins in his body on the cross, how 7 times he spoke 7 words of love, we ask you to bless our hearing.
Father, as we recall how all 3 hours his silence cried for mercy on the souls of all, we ask you to help us to understand the mystery of your love and make us into a people who are evermore worthy of it.
Amen.
the first word. When they came to the place called the Skull, they nailed Jesus to the cross there. And the 2 criminals, one on his right and one on his left. Jesus said, "Forgive them, Father. They do not know what they are doing." They do not know what they are doing. They do not know. They who killed Jesus? Who is they? It is so easy to blame others. The Romans, the crowd, Pilate, Herod, Cephas. They all played their part, conspired against Jesus, or simply followed orders to maintain the peace and keep Jesus' kingdom from infringing on theirs. And yet, where are we when Jesus' kingdom infringes on ours? On our peace and order, on our prosperity and our security. Where are we when the victims of our peace cry for justice? When those disenfranchised by our order call for compassion? When the hungry and the lonely beg us to share our prosperity, our security, our power? Where are we when Christ is crucified among us? Surely he should have raged at the sinners who nailed him to the tree. Surely he should have raged at us for the evil we do both knowing and unknowing. Yet compassion is there in the first words that he utters. He intercedes for us before the Father. Compassion that called him into being in his mother's womb. Compassion that compelled him to the cross. Compassion that brings incredible, unbelievable grace. compassion that echoes through the centuries to all who participate in the killing of Christ. Compassion that cries out from the cross, Father, forgive them. They do not know what they are doing. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole.
The second word. One of the criminals hanging there throws insults at him. Aren't you the Messiah? Save yourself and us. The other one, however, rebuked him, saying, Don't you fear God? Here we are all under the same sentence. Ours, however, is only right, for we are getting what we deserve for what we did. But he has done no wrong. And he said to Jesus, Remember me, Jesus, when you come as king. Jesus said to him, I tell you this, today you will be in paradise with me. How much are we like the first thief? Full of anger because we are not rescued from our sin? Full of hate because we suffer because of the sin of others? How much do we want God to snap his fingers and make it right what we have made wrong, what we have allowed others to make wrong? How easy it is to cry, save us, and to rail against God when there is no magic cure, no miraculous recovery, no legions of angels to take away pain and bring wholeness. How easy it is to scorn the Messiah, to mock the goodness of the world and condemn the light of the world because we are unwilling to face what we have done. Yet, there is goodness. There is a cure for sin, a cure that does not promise magical solutions, but promises that the pain of sin is not end. That when all this is over, when the suffering is done, that the final word is not torture and defeat, but life. Life springing out of the ashes. Life transformed and fulfilled in paradise. To the compassionate thief, to the one who could still recognize the good in the world, to the one who tried to comfort and protect that good, to the one who sought good, comfort was given. Today, you will be in paradise with me. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
The third word. the wife of Clopas, and Mary Magdalene. Jesus saw his mother and the disciple he loved standing there. So he said to his mother, "Woman, here is your son." Then he said to the disciple, "Here is your mother." And from that time the disciple took her to live in his house. Who can grasp the grief of Mary watching her son suffer, the grief of Mary watching him die? Who can grasp the grief of the son who must see his mother mourn? What gift can man give his mother? What can he offer when he is gone? How can he help her, hold her, comfort her, honor her? Woman, here is your son. Here is one I love, to love you, for you to love. One who knows me, one who is my brother, and who can speak for me. One who can hold you, comfort you, and honor you. One who shares your grief. Here is your mother. Here is one I love, for you to love, and to love you. The one who taught me, the one who fed me, the one who wiped away my tears, the one who hugged me, the one who grieves with you. Woman, behold your children. Children, behold your mothers. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
The fourth word. And when the 6th hour had come, there was darkness of the whole land until the 9th hour. At the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani, which means, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Of all the agony of that torturous day, the lacerations of the scourging, the shackling of the thorns around his head, the convulsions of his tormented, dehydrated body as it hung in the heat all day. Nothing reaches the depth of this anguished cry of desolation. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? Jesus, who found his purpose and strength in the presence of God, who was sustained by the immediacy of his relationship with God, and who endured all by the tangible power of God, always at work within him, always a center of vitality and peace, found himself totally alone on the cross. Jesus, whose very being was God, found himself utterly, absolutely, despairingly cut off from all that gives life and breath, cut off from all that gives purpose and hope, cut off from the source of his being, cut off even from himself. plunging the depths of the human condition to walk in the place of the utter absence of God, in the place of sinners, the place of those who reject God. My God, why hast thou forsaken me? In these words is the central mystery of the crucifixion, which cannot be fully comprehended. That there is no despair so deep, or evil so overwhelming, or place so far removed from joy, light, and love, from the very heart of God, that God has not been before us, and where God cannot meet us and bring us home. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
The fifth word. After this, Jesus, knowing that all was now finished, said, I thirst. There is a kind of timelessness about hanging on the cross. It is not a quiet death, over in an instant, in one glorious moment of martyrdom, like being torn apart by lions. A cross is as much an instrument of torture as it is a gallows from which you hang. And as the day wears on, seconds stretch into minutes, which stretch into hours, until there comes a point when time can no longer be measured, except in the gradual weakening of the body and its ever more insistent demands for that substance which is so vital to life, so foundational to all living things, so basic to existence as we know it. Water. Water to moisten our parched mouth. Water to free a swollen tongue. Water to open a rasping throat that cannot gasp enough air. Water to keep hope alive, to keep life alive just a few moments longer. Water to a crucified man is life. O God, thou art my God. I seek thee, my soul thirsts for thee. My flesh faints for thee, as in a dry and weary land where no water is. Who can tell if these words from Psalm 63 went through Jesus' mind? But a thirst for water is a thirst for life. And a thirst for life is a thirst for God, who promises streams in the desert, mighty rivers in the dry land, and living water to wash away every tear. Here, at the end of it all, those promises seem far away, distant. And yet Jesus, forsaken by God, still clings to the memory and the hope of life. I thirst. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
The sixth word. A bowl was there, full of cheap wine mixed with vinegar, so a sponge was soaked in it, and put on a stalk of hyssop, and lifted it up to his lips. When Jesus received the wine, he said, "It is finished." What a sigh of relief. What a cry of deliverance, that finally, after seemingly endless pain and gasping torment, it is over at last. The suffering is ended. The ordeal is finished, and nothing remains but the blessed peace of the absence of all sensation. When all there is pain, its ceasing is the greatest blessing of all, even when its ceasing comes only with death. But Jesus' cry is more than just welcoming the ending of pain. It is more than joy at the deliverance death brings. He does not merely say it is over. He says it is accomplished, fulfilled, achieved. Jesus' cry isn't a cry of defeat and despair. It is a cry of success and triumph, even at the moment of death. That the race has been run, that he has endured it to the end, that the strife is over and the battle is won. Jesus cries a cry of relief, to be sure, but it is also a cry of victory. The work I came to do was complete. There's nothing more to add. It is finished. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
The seventh word. Then Jesus, crying with a loud voice, said, "Father, into thy hands I commit my spirit." And having said this, he breathed his last. It is the end, the very end. The end of the ordeal, the end of the suffering. And Jesus, alone on the cross, tortured, exhausted, abandoned by his friends, forsaken by God, gasped for a last breath, and gathers the strength for one final cry. Why would he choose to speak so close to the end? Why should he muster the last energy he had to cry out with a loud voice? Couldn't God have heard through his thoughts? Unless God wasn't the only one intended to hear. Unless his voice was pitched loud so that we too might hear his final dedication of his soul. A dedication made despite the pain, despite the mocking, the agony, despite the sense of horrible aloneness he felt. A dedication made to God before the resurrection, the victory of the kingdom, before any assurance other than that which faith could bring. Jesus entrusts his spirit, his life, and all that has given it meaning to God in faith, even at the point of his own abandonment, when the good seems so very far away. He proclaims his faith in God. The darkness cannot overcome it. Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. Lord Jesus, you gave your life for us.
You suffered and died that we might be made whole. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom. Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom.
Lord God, you have given us everything.
You have not
Held anything back.
Help us in like manner to give of ourselves.
Sanctify us, Christ's name.
Bless us in all that we think, feel, say, and do, that we, like Jesus, may be a blessing unto others. We ask this in all things that we ask of you through him, saying the prayer that he taught us. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Please stand.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
May Almighty God bless you, in the name of the Father, and the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Go in peace.